What's up, guys? It's your boy Brent, aka Backpack B, back at it with a new episode. Actually, the first episode ever of Knife Collection Divers Digital Dive. And this is featuring Casey from Knives Fast. I'm super excited about it. Casey was nice enough to come on. We've become friends ever since he had me on his live way back during Knife Rights. And it was just awesome to talk about his collection. So let's dive in. It's time. Let's go.
Dude, thank you so much for doing this, though.
No, I'm glad to. I just hope you're not bored with my
never
collection.
Bored, man. I'm never bored. I love everything.
What you're gonna find out is that my cases are like there's no theme. It's like stuff's all over the place. So,
that's cool. I like to see like the difference in how people organize things. How it's crazy. Everybody's so different. And that's what's so cool about it.
I'm setting out some fixed blades for later.
Nice.
Got a few I like to show off there. All right, I'm done moving around and screwing around, so I'm good.
Sweet. So you ready to dive in?
Yes, sir.
So can you start? I mean, everybody's gonna know who you are, but can you just start by introducing yourself and where people can find you on the internet?
So I'm KC, and my channel name is Knives Fast. I realized a couple days ago I need one of those fancy link tree things because I've got too much going on. But for now, it's Knives Fast on YouTube, Knives Fast on Instagram.
How long have you been into knives and collecting knives?
Well, that's funny, and I actually set a knife over here just because I thought it would help with this. So this is my Boy Scout knife. I'm pretty old, so this knife is pretty old too. This is my dad was my Cub Scout leader, and he got me this Ulster Cub Scout knife probably 40-ish years ago.
That's awesome.
Maybe 44, 43, 44. Anyway, it's pretty old. And, I tell people all the time, my dad and I, we fished all the time. And so we had fillet knives, but, when you were cleaning the fish, you didn't use a fillet knife for that. You just grab whatever you had. So this guy came out all the time, and you can see that's good. Nice amounts of fish guts in there and all kinds of stuff. Nice recurve to the blade, which it didn't originally have from too much sharpening on a whetstone. But
love that. That's very cool.
And then from there, kind of just had a few knives here and there. Didn't really, have a ton, to be honest with you. Just had a couple of cruddy pocket knives, from my teenage years because, you couldn't really carry them to high school, and then
frowned upon in that establishment.
Right. And then same thing for college. And then got out, started doing more fishing, picked up a few more knives, and then one day, I literally tell people all the time it was as if all I knew about was like Buck and Kershaw. And it was like somebody said, "Have you seen this?" And matter of fact, I know we're gonna get into this, but I'll pull one out here.
Yeah.
I ran across this guy, the Essie Avispa, and I was just like, that doesn't look like knives I normally buy. And so it was just like, I got this, and it sort of bit me. And then from there, I ran into Spyderco and everything else, and it just all went spiraling downhill from there. But if you want to know what the gateway drug is, it was the Essie Avispa.
That's so funny. That was one of my gateway knives as well.
And look at, the funny thing is, I don't know how you feel about it. I still carry it from time to time.
I still have it, which is speaks a lot for it.
Looking back at it, I mean, it's not centered. It's pretty terrible in that regard. Right. It doesn't feel the most wonderful in the hand, but compared to everything I had been carrying, this was like light years ahead. So
absolutely.
Yeah. And,
I think the knife I had before that was like a Gerber Paraframe that was like real rough. So, or not, maybe even like a rip off of it. And so getting the Vispa was like such a huge step up, and that started the bug. And then Spyderco, just like you said.
Yeah, it was.
It's very cool.
Well, it's in the other case, but the first Spyderco was the Ambitious, and that's the Chinese Spyderco. And then somebody said, don't do that. Get a Manix 2. And so I got a Manix 2, and it was all downhill from there.
That's how it goes. It tends to spiral. So your collection, about how many do you think are in there? Do you know the exact number?
My kids would tell you it's like 1,000. It's not. It's probably about 110.
Dude, that's a good size.
Yeah, it's you know, a lot of budget knives, and included in that number may be some. Look, if my kids give me something, it's never going anywhere. And so I have like 5 or 6 Ozark trail knives that my kids gave me when they were young. And that's so cool. They're in there, they count in the number, you know, things like that. But, you know, I would say 110, something like that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then I don't know if they're included in that number. My dad, okay, so you see this knife we talked about. Right. I have like 10 of my dad's old pocket knives, which were like this kind of thing, like off-brand kind of goodness that he sharpened so many times. I've got some of them, the blade is like super thin. So I don't really include those in my number because they're just like history, you know? Right. They don't really come out and they're not really, but they're in the collection. So it'd probably be more like 115 if you counted those.
Yeah, that's sweet. And I definitely count those because like, the ones that tend to look like they have a story to them. Which is really cool. Before we dive into like the meat of the collection, I like to ask people what their top 3 budget knives are.
Well, let's see if they happen to be in this case. If not, I'll jump up. But I know the first one. And again, you and I talked about there can be some blurring of the lines of what people consider.
Absolutely. Everybody has a different definition.
Yeah, what everybody considers budget, but there's a recent one that I know is in there, and that's the KU322. This guy became a friend of mine right out of the box. I like bigger knives. Yeah. So which is funny because I got all sorts of sizes in here, but I gravitate towards, as far as carrying, especially for work, bigger ones. And so this is one, let's see. Number 2. And this one has special meaning because a couple people in the community gave this to me. This would be
love it.
A Rat 1. Yeah. This one's pretty clean because I haven't even had it for that long. Two really awesome people in the knife community got this for me about, 8 or 9 months ago. Cool. And I just absolutely love that one. So those are both pretty recent. And then I have to go to the other case, Brent. Here it is. It's
take your time.
Right behind me. So this is going to be weird to a lot of people. And I actually have 2 of these. It's just, I don't know what it is about this knife. And I don't usually like small knives that much. But squid, man. I've got 2 of the squids. I've got the Blade HQ exclusive. Nice. And the original. Just something about the way this little guy fits in the hand, the type of blade that it is, the shape of the blade.
That's a Lucas Burnley design, right?
Yeah, it very much is. Nice. And I have a Pilar, I have other budgety CRKTs, but it always comes back to, if people ask me, I just want a small pocket knife and I don't want to spend a lot. It's always the squid for me. I mean, there's others in here that we'll go over in a minute, but the squid is just, I love the squid.
That's a good budget 3 right there.
Yes, sir.
I love that Kubi. What is it? The 322?
Yes, sir. That's the KU 322.
I love it.
And it comes in all kinds of colors, but that green just spoke to me. Yeah. I'm a blue guy, but for something about this OD green and this knife just felt right. So yeah. And
Kubi's
look, I mean, you know,
yeah, dude, that's crazy.
ask for more. For a really, inexpensive, you get it White Mountain Knives, you get my, oh, there you go. I'm giving an ad. The 10% off.
Do it.
You get the, you can get this for like 40 something. So it's like no brainer in my mind. It's a great big knife. And then the 122, if you like a smaller knife, is the pokier, stabbier version of this in the small.
Do you have that too? I don't know.
I do not. I had one and I gave it away. Nice. I need to get another one. I want to get a blue one. I had it. I gave it away. I said I'm going to get another one, and I need to go ahead and pull the trigger and do that. So,
have you tried out the Royal before?
Yeah, I had the Royal. I like the Royal a lot. I have so many come through. I mean, right now I've got the 332 and the 331 in here. That are going to be given away very soon. You know, I've tried pretty much all the recent good Kubis that have come out, and to me the 322 and the 122 are my two favorite out of those. But the 321, which is the Royal, is an excellent knife as well. Yeah, very much.
Yeah, Kubi's been killing it this year.
Yep.
So that's a good top 3, but now it's time to get into the meat, dude.
All right.
Do you want to switch views for this, or you like this view? It's up to you.
Let's switch so you can. Well, sure. I mean, I can hold them up, whatever you prefer. I mean,
it's whatever you're comfortable with. This is working well.
Let's just do this. Let's just do it, and as long as you don't mind me fumbling through here. And,
no, dude. Yeah, it's perfect. It's very casual.
So the first 2 rows here are kind of collection gold, I guess you would say. Oh, wait, look. Okay, so the first thing that should be in here, I do have it, Brent. Look, I do have it. So the first thing that should be in here was the Mach 51. It was just in the other pocket.
And why is that? Do you know somebody who had
I do. I do, yeah. And hopefully we're releasing this Kickstarter very, very soon here. And
it's very exciting.
Yeah, so that should be first in there. But, you know, I don't listen to Kevin Lefty EDC very often, but he told me I had to get this guy, the Field Duty EDC. Now, I did get the G10 version because that's what I could find.
Nice.
But you know what? I actually dig this G10. It's not.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of go back and forth between the really grippy G10, and the smoother G10. But there's something about the way this one feels in hand. And again, of course, you've got the fact that it's. You know, an integral on the actual G10 part.
Right. It was really cool.
Yeah, and the action. I mean, I just absolutely love this guy. So I
absolutely love that knife. It's one of my favorites.
Yep. Yeah. And then I got a Blade Show West exclusive Malibu here that
nice
Jake from Bearded Gear picked up for me. He heard I wanted one, and he went to their booth. This is actually number 19 of 100. So I think that's pretty cool. And you know, I don't need to say a whole lot about a Malibu, do I?
You know, it's one of those knives that was so hyped, and then I got one. I was like, whoa, this lives up to the hype.
Yeah,
and that doesn't happen all the time.
Now I have heard people talk about the button stick. Mine does have a little bit of button stick.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't care. It's kind of a tactile thing for me. It's kind of that, you know, it's just got that little bit of. You know, I'm committing to hitting this button, if you will.
Yeah.
So it doesn't bother me, and it'll wear off eventually. It already has to some degree. But I think the thing that people miss on this one is just how good it feels in the hand. Yeah, it's just wonderful knife.
Yeah. I wonder why ProTech doesn't do more non auto button locks. I mean,
did you see the Mordax from SHOT Show?
Yeah, that's exciting. Ooh.
All right, I don't know how I'm gonna save up for that one, but maybe 2 or 3 of these are gonna get sold somewhere along the line. We shall see. So this is my Atom.
Nice.
I got this guy at Blade Show, and I walked up to the booth. There was 5 people there. There was a guy looking at this one, and it was the only Tidal Wave G-Carta one they had. G-Carta or G-Mascus? G-Carta, yeah.
G-Carta, yeah. That looks amazing, those scales.
And, well, the thing about it, what I like, is it's end cut. So what you're actually seeing the threads, which I think is just so flippin' cool.
That's
and then
gorgeous.
It just feels great in the hand. And Kevin's wrong. Kevin says he prefers... He prefers the shoot. I'm forgetting the smaller one. It's the Atom and the
Neutron.
Thank you. The Neutron's too small for my hands. My hands were going off the back. Here I've got plenty of room and nice big blade, and just dig that G-Carta, as I said.
Absolutely. It's such a slicey blade too.
Justin Knife Dude will tell you he was with me and he really wanted this, and I told her before anybody had a chance to breathe, I'm like, Marianne, I want that one.
Knew what you wanted and you got it. Way to go.
Yeah, I saw it, and she had the green Techwood one and a couple others, but I saw this and I'm like, nope, that's mine.
Yeah,
and he still tells people I stole it from him, but got the blue PM2, the Bento Box Shop exclusive. the M390 on the blade there.
Ooh, that's nice.
That's my only PM2. Had a pair of 3 and sold it recently. Oops.
Yeah.
Sacrilegious, I know, but just it was the lightweight and it wasn't for me. I'll get a G10 one.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's a big difference between the lightweight and like the G10 versions, I think. I had a lot of centering issues on the lightweight version.
Right. And I'm weird because everybody in God's green earth puts the exclusive clips on them, the aftermarket.
Yeah, totally.
I actually like the fact that it's stock and it's how I bought it, so I've left it alone.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm one of these weirdos that likes a deep clip, but also likes something to be able to grab onto to get it out of the pocket. So sure. Eventually I will get like a lynch clip or something to put on here, just like a blue one or something like that, Yeah. But for now, it's just still stock, mostly because I'm a cheapskate.
I mean, yeah, that's a really nice, like, classic knife right there.
Recent edition, very recent edition. The Miguron Centurion 2.
Nice.
Just completed my review. I think it posts in a couple of days, but
I'll be linking your channel, so everybody want to go check out that. Cool. It's in the description.
Thumb stud knife, of course.
Speaking my language.
Yeah,
thumb
exactly.
studs, baby.
Well, and you look at this one, and let's look at it open. When you look at it open, it almost looks like the thumb studs are sort of out of place. They're like too, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe too far forward, or it looks, I don't know. There's something about it, but it's money where it's at. It's just absolutely perfection for me. The detent's a little soft, but it's not a problem. An S90V on the blade steel.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was S90V.
Yeah, I mean, so for less than $200 again, White Mountain Knives has them. For less than $200, you can get this guy, and it's S90V. And look at that.
Is that a shredded carbon fiber? Is that shredded or
it is? It's a shredded, and it's got blue resin in it. You can get blue, red, or black.
Nice.
And the only thing, obviously there's some blue. You can see some good blue there.
There you go.
There's never enough blue for me. I wish they would put a little more resin, but I understand it's got to be more carbon fiber than resin. But just a super cool knife. Kind of bought it as an experiment to see if I'd like it, and thought about selling it, but it's not going anywhere for right now, at least.
That's awesome.
All right, and then speaking of, I keep mentioning Kevin. He keeps telling me I'm a rebel because I haven't gotten aftermarket scales for this guy yet. But
dude, carbonize, you gotta.
I know.
You gotta.
I'm looking for blue micarta.
Yeah,
and I haven't been able to find any in stock yet. When I find them, I will get them for sure.
Yeah, you can also just message him on Instagram.
I did, and he said he would be working on some soon.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep.
That dude's a Jedi. He makes really good stuff.
Yeah, so I will definitely do that. But I just love this knife. I am really glad I got this one at Blade Show too. Really glad I got the shark's foot.
You go to Blade Show? Have you gone to Blade Show more than once?
No, this past year was my first time.
How was it? Was it awesome?
Oh yeah, I had a blast. I only went for one day. See, I have a brother that lives near there in Atlanta, and so we stayed at his place, and family came down and everything. So he lives near Lake Lanier, so we spent time on the lake and all that. So I was only in the show for one day. I had a video. I mean, it was worthwhile for me because my video is still my most viewed knife video, and I think it's over 15,000 or something like that now.
Dude.
And
that's awesome.
Picked up a ton of subscribers from that video.
That's cool.
So yeah, it was worthwhile. But I'm definitely going to try to get 2 days this June if I can. So. But yeah, I mean, I don't have to talk about this knife, do you? You got like 8 of them.
Guilty.
The Forest here, I have somebody trying to buy this from me right now. So so far I've resisted, but you know me, I'm always looking for what else I can add to my collection. So
for sure,
who knows? I may, but I the Forest. You have one, right?
Yeah, I do. I actually missed the pre-order. You just can't get every knife out there,
No,
and that was one that, unfortunately, I just didn't line up for me. But I was able to. I hunted it down, and I was talking about it a lot. And actually, one of my buddies that just follows my channel reached out to me and was like, "Heard you're looking for one," so I got lucky. But a lot of people are searching for that knife. It's very kind of sought after right now.
Yeah, and normally I wouldn't sell something that fits this well in my hand, has a finger choil, and You know, great action.
Yeah.
Flicks well. But I don't know. You're always, when you're a reviewer, you're always looking for what's the next thing I can pick up and check out. So
absolutely.
Who knows? I may cave in. You never know. All right. So this is, this is the most expensive knife in my collection, but I didn't buy this one. So as far as folders, I do have a more expensive fixed blade, but this is the Giant Mouse Gm2, and I won this, believe it or not.
That is awesome.
This is number, I don't know. It's numbered number 27. Yep. Had to put the glasses on to see it, but it's
that is so cool.
Number 27 out of 300. They did these, all the main ones were done in 300 knife batches.
Wow.
Has that really cool CNC machined carbon fiber. Kind of gives it, I don't know, it gives it a totally different look than just a straight up carbon fiber, and the grip is amazing. The only issue with this knife is the detent's a little soft, as a lot of the Italian knives seem to tend to be, but I can still flick it real well. It's just a little light on the flipper, as you can see. But as far as flicking, not a problem at all. But
that's gorgeous.
As you would expect from a Vox Anso knife, just amazing ergos.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I love the clip on that too.
That was and obviously, you know, anytime you anodize something, the more you use it, the more it scrapes off. So you can see that. But it's still a cool looking clip for sure.
That's a cool knife.
You know, the good news. Seen that much. Oh, you haven't? Okay. Well, I actually think if you look, there's some of the lineage of this in the Grand. It's a little, this came way before the Grand, but the Grand definitely has some feel of this in it.
Nice.
Very, very much. I don't even know what's next. Okay. Penguin in titanium, blue
love
titanium. This is my only Penguin. I didn't include this as a budget knife because it's like 90 something. And so left it out, but I do. The funny thing is, I got the first Penguin I ever got in was a brass one. I hated it. It was like heavy, and it was a Apex knife, and the action wasn't very good. It was really stiff, and this one, as you can see, there ain't no stiff here. I mean, just very, very nice on the action, and of course, blue titanium. I love it. So
that's really cool. I like it a lot. I have a different color, but I actually ended up moving. Like I got rid of my more budget one because I like the titanium one so much. They did a good job on it.
Very, very cool. You want me to just keep rolling through here?
Yeah, okay, keep on cruising.
All right. So again, another recent one. I actually won this, and I've already put it in the case, so that tells you what I think of it. This is the mini Gemini from Kaiser, Ray Laconico design, and it's got this shred carbon fiber with the gold flecks in it, but they say it's actually copper flecks that are in there, but it turns out gold like that. So
I love those scales.
I didn't know this until this makes this win even bigger, because I didn't even know this until I did the review, but this was one of the Kaiser Friday knives. And there was only a couple hundred or something of them. Not very many, let's say that. And it's really nice, really, really nice. 20 CV on the blade.
It's 20 CV. That's what I thought. Does it have the Ray Laconico stamp on the tank?
Yeah, it does. You know, the funny thing is, on his knives, it always says R Laconico, and this one actually says Ray.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting, because I'm used to seeing the R Laconico, and I was like, But a good action for such a small slicey. I mean, the stock on this is super thin. Let's see, is it atom thin? Let's just see. I mean, it's pretty much atom thin, which is what, 11? 11. Anyway, 0.11. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Wow. So really, really good. You got the satin finish on it.
That's a full flat grind, right?
Yeah, and it's absolutely full.
Yeah, it goes all the way.
And of course, lots
gorgeous.
of belly. One of my favorites blade shapes. My absolute favorite blade shape is a spear point.
Nice.
But just a good belly drop point is
for sure.
And this is really close to being a spear as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, just my favorite blade shape, period, end of story.
Yeah, I'm a huge Laconico guy, so you're speaking my language with that one.
This is my only J. Kobach knife. This is the Enoch. It's kind of their more budgety version. It's G10, green G10, nice. But sculpted, as you can see. And then kind of has that Quaking feel back here at the, in the handle. And then just a really cool, swedgy looking.
I haven't seen this knife before. That's cool.
Yeah, it's just a little flipper. Really low profile flipper.
Nice.
This is the knife that basically he decided, okay, I'm going to try to make something a little less expensive and still make it here in the USA.
Oh, wow. So that's USA made. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He's 100% US, right?
They ran like $250 or something like that, I think. And there might still be some available here and there.
Interesting.
So a lot less expensive than his $400 and $500 knives that people are used to. But really, really cool. Digging this one a lot. I mean, again, the biggest complaint some people have with this one is the clip is super not deep carry, but it's so thin back here. I just never find it a huge deal.
The whole deep carry thing is funny because sometimes I prefer to have a little knife to grab. You were kind of saying too. Something similar. I also love deep carry just the way it looks, but from a functional standpoint, sometimes it's just nicer to get an easy grab,
So as we go through here, I should say to you, I do have a Hogue Deca second generation in flat dark earth with the 20 CV blade. That's over at Lefty EDC as we speak.
Oh yeah. Definitely mention the stuff that's out because I'll edit something in and show it.
And I have a Hogue K320, which nice. So we're about to get into kind of some work knives that I use for work a lot. The K320 is quickly becoming my go-to for work. It just feels
I saw that on Kev's channel. Kev has it right now?
Yep. Goes so good in the hand. Very, very much so. While I was talking about Hoback, I'll just throw this guy out there real quick, even though it's a fixed blade.
Oh, nice, dude! I've been seeing that in your.
They sent the Goliath to me recently, and
that's cool.
Little small again. I think this one's also 20 CV. I can't remember. But just great.
That's a nice size.
Yeah, and it goes in this little sheath pocket dropper for me. I'm gonna most likely take the clip off and just let it drop in my pocket.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I thought I'd show that one real quick while I was thinking about it. All right.
Do you carry a lot of fixed blades?
I do from time to time. So we'll go. We'll do a little side on fixed blades here. So that guy is going to get in my rotation a lot because it's so small and so capable. And there's things you can do with it that maybe you don't feel comfortable with whatever folder you're carrying that day. The other one is this Lion Steel M4, which is M390.
I love that knife. It's one of my favorite fixed blades.
Amazing ergos. I mean, the ergos are perfection on this knife. That's a handle. It's the micarta is a little slick, but you do have some grippy texture on the spine. It is crowned all the way down, but then you have the pommel is 90 degrees, so you can strike a fire starter on it down there if you'd like.
Awesome. That's cool.
So it's just, and the sheath is perfection for me, and I do I carry this quite often. The dangler puts it up where it's, if I have an untucked shirt, it's hidden, and
nice.
Really, really good. So Lion Steel M4. I still have to do my full review. Cool. I've done a first impressions where I did a bunch of, oh boy, there goes the focus. So the only other one I really carry regularly is the Tour Knives Anaconda.
Wow. I've never seen that.
Oh gosh. And again, this is 154. No, S35 on this one.
Nice.
Really cool on the handle. You don't have to use the ring. The ring is more of a tactical thing for getting it out of the sheath than it is a handle, for me at least. Everybody's different, but they make two of these. They make a Tanto point that's called the Serpent, and they make the drop point that's called the Anaconda.
Nice. That's cool.
And so Really, really cool. So I do carry that one. I do have this the Tour Jenk Shank, which is more of a tactical knife. So I don't carry it a ton.
I love that.
Yeah, this is more of a pull it out, and now you are going to use it in a tactical way. You're going to use it so, or you're, that kind of thing. So I don't carry that one on a rate. So the answer to your question is the 3 I carry on a regular basis would be the Anaconda, the Lion Steel, and that Goliath. And then, since we're on fixed blades, I'll show another tour real quick. This is the Field 2.0, which is the smaller of their 2 Field series.
That a lot.
Oh, look at that handle.
That handle's gorgeous.
Copper underliners.
Wow.
It's great. I thought
overall the finish is really nice.
I thought this texture would be a little much in the hand, but it's definitely not. It's definitely not. And the sheath holds up real well. As I always say, it's good for falling in a river. You can see kind of water marks on it there because I was fishing with it and I fell in the river. Held up fine, no problem whatsoever. And then last
tour knives. You seem to have a lot of tour knives.
Yeah, so I was an affiliate with them for a while, and then they kind of went in a different direction of how they were doing affiliates. You'll see here when we go through folders. Yeah. I still have a couple of their folders that they've sent me. But most of those have been sent to me for testing, and I've kept them. So, and then the last folder everybody's got to have. If you don't have a K-bar, go get one.
Whoa, that thing's intense. I love it.
It's actually the U.S. Space Force one, USSF, and so you gotta have you have to have a K-bar. So
now that's a knife right there.
Yeah, it is. It's a big boy. Yeah. So, all right. So that was it. Those were the fixed blades I kind of wanted to go over. I have more fixed blades. Matter of fact, you always see, if people come to my channel, you always see this ammo can back here. That ammo can is full of fixed blades. There are.
We got to see it. We got to see it.
All right. Now, one of my favorite fixed blades is actually in my car. And so I didn't bring it in for this, but it's my SE3. It has a flat earth tan blade, so coated.
Nice.
And then the handle is green. Get it out, green micarta. Thank you. Good.
Very
grief.
Cool.
So most of these are like older, but we'll run through them real quick. Whatever.
Absolutely.
This is the Colt CT 259. I used to use this for hunting a lot, which is why it very much looks like it's been used. This used to
looks in good shape.
Oh yeah. The handle on it is, great. I didn't, again, it's one of those where you buy it thinking, am I really going to like this, to be forced into these spots on the handle? And for my hand, it's absolutely perfect. So have used this for camping, hunting, fishing, whatever.
What's the make on that again?
Colt.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. So it's old. This one's probably 15, 20, probably 20 years old easily.
I love it.
Let's see. What else do I want to show and not show? Some of these are like junk.
I want to see them all. We dive deep here. We're trying to see it all.
This is again another one I used for hunting. Just a Baron Sun rubber grip. I don't even know what you call this thing. It's got the hook. Definitely been used, as you can see.
Love it.
Yeah, it's cheap little hunting knife, but served very well during that period of time. And then when my kids started getting older, and I have 4 kids, it's like I don't even hunt that much anymore. So I have
really cool.
I cannot remember who makes this. Western is the name of the company. It's Western, and this is called the Cross Trail.
Nice.
Here's the sheath, and it's bone on the handle. Or I think it might be fake bone actually. I think it's plastic. But anyway, really, really nice shape. Does have a recurve. Don't dig a recurve in a folder, but if you're going to use it for skinning, the recurve is great.
Nice.
But yeah, there's another one.
Some good belly on that blade too.
Yeah. Some of these, and that's exactly what they were bought for. Is that very thing. This is an interesting one my wife picked up for me. Again, I don't have a lot of Damascus.
Love it. I'm a Damascus guy. I don't know if you've noticed some of my Damascus.
So this she bought in Gatlinburg at something called what Smoky Mountain Blades or something like that. Like not Knife Works. It's a totally different company.
Oh wow, it's the brother we don't know about.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean it's pretty cool. I mean it's got that kind of trailing point. It's more of a collection stuffer than anything. I do have some big buoys upstairs under my bed. Okay, the number seems to be going up. It might be more like 120, but
yeah. See, I didn't know how much you were into fixed blades.
Yeah. I mean, I was into fixed blades before I was. So I'll show 2 more here, and then we'll move on.
Cool.
Some of these are junk, but this is one that my youngest son Trevor and I actually made. I bought the blank from Texas Knife Works or Texas Knife Supply or something like that, and then I bought these big chunks of handle material, and really, to be honest with you, I need to go in and like trim this down. It's a little too fat in the hand, but I didn't know what I was.
Big handle.
I didn't know what I was doing when I made it. I was trying to.
Looks good.
Yeah, I was trying to balance it a little bit better. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And I wanted the blue to be on the outside too. And if I kept sanding, I would have had to go on anyway. Long story, but that has a lot of sentimental value because Trevor and I made it together.
I love sentimental knives, so that's awesome.
And then this.
Did you make the sheath on that last one?
No, I bought it from them as well. Yeah,
cool. Okay.
Yep. And another dangler. I like danglers because most of the knife is in the sheath, a little bit's out, and it doesn't jab you in the side as bad. And that's kind of. Oh, I got something funny I got to show you in a minute. So this is a Remington. I don't even know what in the world is the number of this thing. Well, of course, I'm not going to be able to tell you. Comes in this really nondescript sheath, too, so that's no help. Rubberized handle. Again, good for just locking in. A good camping knife. I haven't used it a ton because I've used all the other ones I showed you, but it was one I bought. And no, my mom gave me that one. That's right. Now, I want to show you something funny real quick, and then we'll get back to the case.
Yeah.
So I had already started getting into knives pretty good, and this friend of mine said, "Oh yeah, I'm into knives. I buy them on eBay all the time." And I'm like, "Really? What kind of knives are you buying?" And he says, "Oh, I buy SOG and Spyderco and this and that and the other." And I'm like, "Wow, okay, cool." So about a month later, he says, "Hey, I got you a knife. I'm going to bring it to you." And he says it's the SOG Flash. So the Flash is an older SOG model. And so this, if you can see right there, says SOG. And if you open it, which that was like neat, okay, it does say SOG Flash. None of this is the SOG logo. Okay.
Right. I was like, I've not seen that before.
So now as you, and by the way, this looks nothing like the Flash. I'm not going to do this because I'm going to stab myself, but it opens like if you set it down too hard, it opens. It just springs open.
Right.
I'm not even sure why I kept it as a funny story. I think it doesn't even have a thumb stud on the other side. It's this piece of crap knockoff knife. But I joke with him. So the funny thing is, so he didn't understand. So I talked to him about it, and he's like, "Well, what do you mean it's not real?" So I started showing him some of my knives. This guy now has a collection that you would not believe. He has bought Spydercos and what else? He bought a couple of Benchmades, and I mean he's got a real collection now. And I'm like, okay, good. So now I've educated him on his poor eBay purchases. So yeah, so I kind of educated him and
it's nice.
He's got a heck of a collection now. He really does.
One of my buddies used to buy like knives that I've never even heard of, and now he was actually on the first collection diver, Sean, and his collection's insane.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, that's
always how it goes, though. You know, you
gotta
start somewhere.
Right. When I told him there were places other than eBay to buy knives, he was shocked. Right. He was like, "What? Where should I buy knives from?"
Yeah.
Well, and I'm like, this place and this place and this place and this place, and he's like, "What?"
Yeah. When you first find the online retailers of quality knives, it blows your mind because I was into knives and didn't know about like the really good ones out there, and then found YouTube, and that's when it just like all went downhill for me.
All right, so I've already shown you the Rat 1. Next in the case beside him is the Rat 2.
Nice.
And again, same two guys gave both of these to me, so
very cool.
Really sentimental, cool ones. We were just talking about knives on a live KF Live early on, and I said, no, I don't have one. And the next like 3 days later, these two show up at my door.
Oh,
so,
that's so cool.
Yeah, they're cool dudes. And I you know what's funny is, you know, I've kind of done this thing where, and you'll see here in a minute, where I've kind of gone down to I don't like small knives a ton, but because I've discovered, you know, carrying them in the fifth pocket and having a second or third knife for whatever I'm having. I sometimes tend to carry the Rat 2, even though I prefer the Rat 1 in hand. I sometimes carry this one more. Just depends on what I'm doing.
Those are staples in like the budget, but also just quality knife anyway. Even though it's a budget knife, it's a staple.
So here's one of those that sent me down the spiral.
Love it.
The G10 Manix 2, and then the lightweight Manix 2.
Oh, I have that.
I love both of these. They ergonomically, they are one of my favorite knives, and it's no mistake that you see some ergonomic similarities here.
Nice.
You know, there's I just love a choil, especially a 50-50 choil.
Absolutely.
It's just the way to go for me. So, yep. And
I love the lightweight Manix. It's one of my favorite lightweight knives.
Yes, sir. And again, this one tends to be, you know, I'm backpacking, I'm hiking, I'm just carrying, and this one tends to be I'm working. This one goes with me working a lot, and so yeah. All right, so this is the one in my collection that gets the most like crazy comments. And this, and so you can't even do it, but this is the Spyderco Mike Draper folder.
That is sick. I love that thing.
Incredibly thin, full flat grind all the way up, pure, just crazy thumb ramp. It's stiff because, I mean, it's a liner lock, so you would think it wouldn't be super stiff, but it's running on washers, very tight on the construction, as you can see there. And then this stuff is the handle's titanium, and then you have this blue carvings in it where it's been coated with blue, and that's really cool. Now, I will say the one thing I always say: the detent on this knife is non-existent. It's there, but it's so this guy popped open in my pocket and sliced me real bad one time. So it doesn't get a ton of pocket time. It probably shouldn't anyway.
Who designed that? Is that a
Mike Draper?
Mike Draper. Okay.
Yeah, Mike Draper. Which and it is a Seki City. Japanese
that was my
made.
next question. Where was it made? Very cool. That's a unique Spyderco.
And it has great sentimental value because I was in the same job for 26 years. And when I left and went to the job I'm in now, all my employees got together and bought this for me.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
Yeah, it surprised me with it and everything. So really cool. Now, I will say ergonomically, it's great.
Yeah.
It's just, and even for cutting, it's great. But just that whole craziness with it opening up has kind of made me skittish with carrying it and wanting to preserve it, you know.
Yeah.
But
that's a Spyderco you don't see all the time.
You really don't. And right, and it's stunning in the carving. I mean, that is just the engraving, I guess, spider web and everything. So
that's super unique.
It's polarizing like some knives can be. Even my own knife, some people go it's ugly, some go, you know, same thing with this one. Some people thought it was hideous, some people absolutely loved it. To me,
I love how unique it is. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's a beautiful knife. I really do.
See, pieces like that stand out to me because you just don't see them all the time. So it's very unique on its own.
Now, here's a knife that I was going to give away, and somebody resurrected it for me.
Yes, team removable thumb stud. Let's go.
So I still haven't bought a bunch, but I'm going to because I want to try them on some of these other knives. But this is the Phasma free from Real Steel, and
Great
the reason
knife.
it's free is it didn't come with thumb studs, and so it's just a two-handed knife. But this guy on the other side of the camera here, Mr. Brent, Backpack B, made this a one-handed knife. Yay!
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
And you have one of these too, right? Yeah,
I do. It's one of my favorite Real Steels.
Now I'm going to tell you something really weird, a side effect of the removable thumb stud. I love you know me, you've heard me say this. I love a thumb ramp.
Right.
That actually turns into a little bit of a thumb ramp.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very
and
functional.
So I dig that. But I just thought this was a really cool looking knife, but I'm like, I'm never going to carry it. But now I carry it. So
that's great.
Yeah.
See, like there's a lot that, I mean, I'm not going to get on my soapbox about the removable thumb studs, but it does change a lot of knives for me because, you know, I prefer thumb stud knives. It's just my thing.
Right.
And it just makes a lot of knives that I might not enjoy as much enjoyable. And I carry them.
And that's one of the reasons I'm thinking about maybe selling this guy, because I'm interested in the Wii Subjugator because of the thumb studs. I mean, I love thumb stud knives. I do. I like both, but thumb studs are something I enjoy. So again, Brent, some of these knives are never leaving my collection because they have sentimental value. Again,
but I love that. Love it.
This is the Asher Grande, but if you can see, it looks a little different.
Yeah.
This was textured by Justin from Asher Knives himself with a Dremel.
Oh, wow. So cool.
He went in and did that for my birthday.
Oh man,
that was really cool. So by the way, this is another one, $64, I think. So another really good budget knife. Dig this guy a lot.
Yeah, Asher's making some awesome knives right now for a good price point.
And then again, this is the Orion Solaris. This particular one was given to me again, here we go, another sentimental one, upon reaching 1,000 subscribers by Big Red EDC. So he sent this to me. Very much so.
That's so cool.
Yeah, JB's a good buddy for sure, and
a staple in the community.
Yeah,
he's a man. Very nice guy.
And so is this knife.
Yeah, absolutely.
Funny enough, and for you have thumb studs, and you have a button, and you have a flipper tab. So there you go.
I've had like 2 or 3 of those. I like them. I'm a button lock guy, so very cool.
All right, so here's another one that came in real recently. This is the the Kaiser bag ladder. Won it in the giveaway, and I'm telling you, the bag ladder 2 is so much better than the original bag ladder.
Look at the action. That's crazy.
That's what I'm telling you. Look at that.
Wow.
And then the steel on this one is N690.
Okay.
And really cool carbon fiber. Kind of different than most carbon fibers.
Yeah.
I really dig that one. So that's ended up in the case as well, because that one's not going anywhere, at least not right now. Benchmade 945 Mini Osborne. This one was also given to me by Big Red EDC. Just really cool. I think this was a birthday present, as a matter of fact. But I had a good birthday, as you can see, this past year. But I dig that I got rid of, after getting this, I sold my Benchmade Mini Bug Out. Yeah. Because this is so much better than the Mini Bug Out to me.
I've actually never handled that knife.
Oh, really? Well, I can send it to you sometime for sure, man.
Yeah, I have like an emissary that I was given for my wedding, which is the closest knife I have to that. But I've heard a lot of great things about it. It's definitely one of like the Benchmades that stands out to me in their like catalog. So it's interesting.
Right. No, it's cool. And I had a 940 in here recently, and I'm gonna have to get one eventually. I really dig the way it felt in hand. This one's a little on the short side, but it's a great smaller EDC knife. It really is.
Yeah.
Nice blade.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool. How big is the blade on that?
It's about let's see.
He's prepared.
Yeah, well, the cutting edge 2 3/4.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, of an inch. So yeah.
That's a good size.
It's a little longer neck because you have the sharpening choil there, but it's right at 3 with the sharpening choil. Yep.
Very cool.
Really dig it. I was showing another Benchmade while I'm at it, even though it's out of order. This is the the Benchmade
Ooh,
Vantage. Crap,
interesting.
what's the number? Really? It's S30V.
Nice.
The only issue with this knife is it's assisted.
Okay.
I don't care for that.
Yeah.
But just look at that blade.
Yeah. That's gorgeous. I like that a lot.
If you ever wanted to, you could sharpen the top too and just have a really killer dagger.
It's like my first thought. It looks like it
but hold on, you can't do that because it's spring loaded and you'd never get it back in. So you can't do it.
That has an axis lock, right? You could take the spring out of that actually because of the axis lock.
So it doesn't. Yeah, I'd have to try it. I've had mixed opinions. Some people have told me you can de-assist them, and some have said you can't.
I actually had my what is the one I have? My emissary was assisted, and I took the spring out, and it still works perfectly. Yeah, because the detent is in the. It's not. It's actually like not detent. It's just the axis style lock is its own lock.
Okay.
Yeah. It was definitely sketchy, but I really hate assisted knives, so I tried it. It was my wedding knife. I'm like, this might ruin it, but I got to do it.
So I'm going to show you a ridiculous knife that I bought and I rarely carry, but this is another Lucas Burnley design. This is the CRKT Buku, B-U-K-U, Buku.
Wow.
It is a folding kukri.
Yeah. I've never seen that.
It is 7, like almost 8 ounces.
Yeah, it looks big.
It is ridiculously heavy. Doesn't really have a good detent. Hard to middle finger flick because let's see if I can do it. Okay, I can do it.
Kind of looks like a hollow grind from here, but
it is flat.
It is a hollow.
It's hollow. It's a hollow. Really cool knife. It is HCR, so if you look at this blade too closely, you'll find some nicks in the edge right now because it just chips fairly easily. But I keep it because it's a cool Burnley design, and I love his stuff. And that's the whole reason I bought it. If you go back, if you want some nice fast history,
definitely
one of my early videos is me taking that knife through some water bottles with the factory edge, just like
I love it,
packing water bottles with it.
Nothing's more fun. Sometimes you got to destroy a water bottle, you know.
Yeah, here's a couple of here's a K-bar, and this is the Jesse Jaros folder.
Okay.
Cool. Again, like almost, I think this is like 6.5 ounces.
Yeah.
Very, very heavy work knife. This is, see how it's got a thicker liner. The liners are thick.
Yeah.
This sucker is meant to be a work knife. Great ergos. The clip does feel a little bit of a hot spot, but really cool knife.
That's awesome.
Dig that one a lot.
You're showing me a lot of ones I haven't seen before, which is why I love this.
By the way, look at let's just go back to this again.
Slicey.
No, not really. Look how it's really thick.
Yeah, that's thick. Never mind.
It's really thick. And that's why it weighs so much. That is a chunk of steel. I cannot even remember what the steel is. It's made in Taiwan. I want to say it was like AUS 8 or AUS 10. I don't remember.
Nice.
Already showed you the Avispa.
Yeah. I'm a big Avispa fan myself.
Avispa. 2 CJRBs in a row here. Got the CJRB Centros.
Nice. Another
carbon fiber. Yep.
Nice.
And
very cool.
One of my favorite small knives, the Rhea. I probably should have put that in my favorite budget knives.
That's a great knife. I love that knife.
Yeah. And you as Mr. Thumbstuds.
Yeah.
I don't know how you couldn't like this knife, just the way it pops.
It rockets out there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So both of these really cool.
Nice.
How can you not like the Centros? Great design.
Yeah.
Yep. The Rake P105Q.
Love this knife.
So
I've been on a Rake tear lately because their knives are just so underrated. I mean, a lot of people know they're good, but their detent is so good. It's so good.
This one's a little on the light side, but not bad. I mean, you can fail it, but if you just act like a normal human and flip it, it's
don't try to fail it. Right.
Really cool blade, as you can see. It's kind of dirty right now. Sorry about that, but because I do use my knives every one
good,
of them, so.
Good, great. Love to hear it.
We banter.
I gotta be better about doing that.
Yeah, do it, man. Come on. You're like me. You have an office job, so you know I use my knives on the weekend more than anything.
Right.
The We Banter, the original.
Nice.
Plain old blue We Banter. Of course, it's going to be blue with me.
Yeah.
And then we're down to the last row. Some of these are cheesy, so we'll go through them pretty quick. Man, to be honest with you, I think I might leave this one out. No, I won't.
Can't do it. Got to see them all.
I'm trying to remember which one this is now, and I'll tell you the reason that I'm acting weird about this. Is the Asher Spyro?
Spyro, yeah.
So this one actually came by way of the Apex Pass Around group.
Yeah.
And this is a great story because it had some lock rock and still does. And all I did was send a message to Justin and say, hey, just so you know, I know this is new in the Pass Around group. It's got a little lock rock. He said, put that one in your case, and I'm sending a different one for the
dude, he's
review.
awesome like that. That might be a Nomad, actually.
I think it is a Nomad.
It's a Nomad.
I think I was confused. Yeah. So
I will. I'll put the right label over it.
It's Nomad, I believe. I believe you're right. Yeah. Just make me sound dumb. It's okay. But it's not gonna unlock. Okay. So even at the worst, it's not unlocking. It's just got a little bit of rock there, and you can actually take the lock bar and move it over. You see that?
Interesting. Yeah.
So it just wasn't one that I wanted to review, and he said keep it. I don't carry it just for that reason, but it's still here. I don't know what to do with it. The one of very few bucks in the collection, the Buck Slimline, takes a wicked edge. But you better have a whole night set aside to sharpen it because that 420 HC with the Boss heat treat just
their heat treat is something else.
Yeah,
they make like the steel's completely different. It's crazy.
Now my both of my nephews and my brother-in-law have these, and they don't like to sharpen them, so I literally sharpen 4 of these at a time usually.
So you sharpen your knives?
Yes, I do.
What do you use to sharpen?
I have a Lansky system.
Nice.
It's the with the little vise and then the stones, and I actually have 2 of them. Nice. Someday I want to get a KME, but that's what I have for now.
Yeah, great.
But yeah, Lansky. Buck. You got a Dozier folder from K-Bar here.
Very
I got
cool.
the ridiculous zombie edition. So
I like that color a lot.
Yeah,
that's a knife I've never handled, but always looks interesting. Yeah.
Well, and you know what this is good for, Brent? If you've got a friend at work that isn't into knives, get them one of these. Just say, hey, just try this. I've done that for like 4 or 5 people. You're not. Nice. It's not going to break you. You're putting like less than $25 into it, and
very cool.
They're good. This is one I really love. This is the Kershaw Highball.
Oh, dude, I love that knife too.
XL does have a little bit of a rust thing going on right here and now in the D2, unfortunately, but I'll clean that up with some flits. But yeah, it's good because for me, it's an easy middle finger flicker.
Yeah.
And
the fuller is awesome on that thing.
And by the way, let's do this again. Another reason that I was kind of on a kick with this knife, and I kind of was like, how can I put a fuller instead of a hole? I really want so yep.
I love that you went with a fuller on your knife.
Yeah.
These fullers are awesome.
Yep. And good ergos on this one. It does tend, it's a little thin right there, so it does tend to kind of eat you alive if you push too hard.
What's funny is that is one of my favorite knives of last year or the year before, whenever it came out, and I've been thinking about getting it modded because I like it so much. Just sending it to the knife modders and just be like, just go nuts on this and make it as cool as possible.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I like that knife a lot, but the one thing I would change is like the coating type thing on it. It's not really, but I don't know what it is.
Kershaw
blast or something.
It's bead blast, but I don't like it either. It makes them look cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll see more Kershaws if we get to the second. We're already at like an hour. I don't know if you want to go to the second case or not, but we'll see.
If you've got time, I'm down.
Oh, I have time. I just want to make sure I don't give you too much here.
It's all good.
This is a really weird knife, okay? I don't carry this knife. When it came out, I thought, man, that's cool because why? Okay.
Yeah.
So I had a ton of lockbacks at that time. And the action on a lockback, it's kind of trash. So Buck came out with a knife called the Slimline, and their whole idea was so it's a lockback. It's a lockback, but it's got this really weird spot, like almost like so when you unlock it, it's got this spot from here to here. Now, the issue with that is if you're dumb and you want to drop shut that, you're going to lose a finger.
Right.
Yeah. So just keep closing it like a two-handed knife and don't put your hand in the way. The clip is garbage. I hate that clip.
That's so funny.
But it's a good little cutter. It's a hollow grind. Look at that.
Yeah.
With a like you got the harpoon shape out here.
Yeah, I like the shape of the blade.
Yeah, the blade and the handle and everything are great, but I thought it would be a really cool idea, but it's like what?
Yeah, it kind of looks a little dangerous. Oh, that's funny.
So it's one I like to show people and say, yeah, I've actually thought about selling it, but who in the world's gonna buy it? So
I mean, yeah,
maybe somebody will watch this. If you're watching this and you want to watch this, watch.
Oh, so you can't even like middle finger flick it out because it'll stop it, right?
No, you have to roll it.
Yeah, okay.
Do not do anything but roll this knife or you will lose your fingers. This is the Kaiser Dukes.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever seen this one, but it's really cool.
Yeah,
Nice little,
it's cool.
Nice little flipper, decent action. Really annoying pocket pecker.
Yeah, that's a huge flipper tab.
Yeah, the flipper tab's a little big. I actually won this one from Kevin, and it's wearing. This is a funny story. You ready? Guess what bearings are in this knife? This is our game.
Please tell me they're like skiffs or something like that.
No, and he actually did a video on this. These are original axon bearings.
Oh,
he put skiffs in an axon and put the axon bearings in this.
Oh, that's the bearing guy himself.
Oh gosh, I'm like, what? Here we have the Cut Jack Mini.
I love that knife.
From
great summer knife.
Wheel. Yeah, no doubt. Nice and lightweight, and you have a choil, which makes it money for me. I still want the full size Cut Jack.
Dude, I'm telling you, the full size is amazing. I first got that size, and when I got the big size, it like changed my whole opinion. Like, I always liked the Cut Jack, but I liked it way more once I got the large size.
I need to get it. I had it in here for review, and I loved it. It was great. And again, I don't care that it's not deep carry. I'm just going to keep saying that over and over again.
Yeah.
I have a classic from the collection. This might have predated it might have been about the same time as the Avispa. So this is the Kershaw Cryo assisted Garbaggio knife. Now
That's
again,
a Hinder design, right?
Yeah, it's a Hinder. Absolutely, it is. You're no, you're not. I've just never. I don't know why I don't carry it. That's why. I've never switched it to a tip up. But it should be a tip up. I just haven't done it.
For sure.
Another one that fits in that category, but I unashamedly love this knife. I gave one away recently because I love now it again. I need to flip it to a tip down. I haven't carried it in 6 or 8 years probably.
Right.
But this is the Kershaw Oso Suite.
That's a good name.
Yeah, Oso and Sweet. Yeah, and it's an assisted knife, so not one of my favorites anymore. But again, it was like $25 or something, and it had a hollow grind, and really cool knife. And the clip doesn't bother me up here because of the way it's shaped.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can see that. That's cool.
Yep. We're definitely on the budget side of the case here. This is one that doesn't get enough credit. This is the Bird Cara.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that.
Yeah, Spyderco Chinese knife, basically.
Right.
And you can hold it over
Delica, maybe? Delica?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But I actually like this one better because it feels a little bigger to me.
Yeah.
And heftier. I don't know why.
Is there a front forward finger choil on that? Is that?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Very much. Nice. This is like a $25 knife if you can still find them.
Yeah. And do they still make bird knives or no?
Yeah, I think they do. I believe they do. Tip up and tip down, right and left.
Very cool.
All good Spydercos should be. Yep. But it is a roller, as you can see. You're not gonna. Well, let's just try it. Okay, you can.
You did it.
You can. Nice. But I wouldn't middle finger flick it at all. And then last in this case, again, this one you're stuck with tip down, whether you like it or not. This is one of my sons gave this to me. This is the Onion Kershaw Blackout.
That's cool.
It's again that clip. You can see where that's a little bit of an issue on your palm.
Right.
Yeah. So not great there. Seen. But great blade. It is assisted, as you could see. Yeah, it's just comes right out of there. Great grip on the handle. Again,
is that a one-sided stud?
It is a one-sided stud.
I actually have a thing for that. Like, I don't know why, but I do.
You like one-sided studs?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's the old style assisted where it picks it up a little sooner.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a good knife, and I'm not, again, when one of my kids gives me something or something has any kind of sentimental value, it's not going anywhere. It's
right.
The way it is.
Sense.
So that's that case.
Nice. That's a good case right there. Great collection so far.
I do want to get some. Let me shut this one so I can pick it up. I do want to get some better foam for these. You can get foam inserts.
Yeah.
I made a mistake one day and picked that case that you just saw up while the latches weren't closed, and it ripped the foam to shreds. So it's kind of falling apart. Yeah. All right. So this isn't necessarily. I'm not going to show you everything in this one just because you'll get bored to tears. There's some. Look. Okay. I'm just going to be serious. Okay. I tell you why right here. There's Ozark
I have a thing for Ozark Trail, dude. Believe it or not.
My kids gave me a bunch of Ozark Trail knives. The coolest looking one in here is this guy. Check this out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Look at that. What is that? Is that like your G10 wave? I don't even know.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. There was an Ozark Trail that I got for like $3 once that was so insanely good. It was like this tan.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of the better ones. This is actual G10.
Yeah.
And you can put an edge on these.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. All right, let's see so this whole bottom row, now that, because I had this one in the pocket today, this whole bottom row is Finch.
Love it.
So we have the blue 1929.
That is what got me into Finch knives right there.
There you go. Yeah, this was the crap. What do you call it? G10. Yeah, the G10. And I dyed it that blue there.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's the 1929. I have the black micarta Holiday.
Love that one. That's one of my favorite knives of Finch's. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you can't like it. It is just heck of a knife.
Very cool. I bring it to weddings. It's I have the white bone one, I think, and it's
there. You go.
It just fits at weddings for some reason.
Yep, very much so. Got the blue micarta Drifter.
Very cool.
Yeah, I love that one. It's blue. Woo-hoo. The Runtley, which is in the pocket today.
Nice.
Along with the I've got knives in for loan, and this is the Best Tech Circuit. So that's the other one that's in the pocket today.
Saw you had the No Guard too.
Yeah, that thing is crazy. Did you?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
What's funny is, did Corey send that to you?
Yeah, Corey sent it to me.
So I just dived Corey's collection. He had it too. So it's actually making an appearance on 2 collection divers in a row.
The thing is, ergonomically, it's great. Well, the only thing that's going to make it a no for me is that. In the pocket,
it's pretty wide.
It's going to take up a lot of room in the pocket.
For sure.
It looks like some sort of hawk or eagle coming to get you or something.
For sure.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool, yeah. Let's see, where did we leave off? We left off at the Runtley.
Yep.
Then we have the green
I love it.
Holiday.
That's the Harvester, right?
The Harvester, yes, you knew what I meant.
Yeah.
The Red Devil's Finger.
That Devil's Finger is also. I just love Finch knives. They're just so cool. They're unique,
100%. You ought to wait till you see the 19. If you love the 1929, wait. I've seen pictures of the 1934.
Okay.
And another one called the Reciprocity.
Their names are awesome. Are they bigger versions or something?
Yes. The 1934 is going to be probably my new favorite Finch.
Love it.
That's my prediction. At least we shall see.
Yeah.
The Cimarron in the yellow and gray. Wait, hold on. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Yellow and gray.
Yeah, I love the highlight of yellow on that. That's actually the one.
I think they did a really good job with that. Yep. I have the Smoke Cherry Bomb.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and I always like to show the top because I think that's where the resin really shines.
That's awesome.
Where you get the layers in between there. And then last but not least, the Why am I blanking?
I'm blanking on it too.
The Takuna in the orange and black.
Nice.
My only coated Finch blade. All the rest of them are satin finishes. So
very cool.
Yep. Let's see. The next row is again smaller knives, not necessarily, well, most of them are budget. Some of them aren't. We've already talked about the two squids. There they are.
Yeah. Nice.
Both squids. We've got the Pilar.
Yeah.
The original Pilar.
Love it.
Which also has one of the HCR13 MOV chips in the blade. I need to fix.
Yeah.
I noticed that the other day.
That was my first Vox Knees knife.
Right. And then the first Spyderco I got was the Ambitious.
That's cool.
Little tiny guy.
Yeah.
Little bitty guy, but really cool. It's one of the Chinese Spydercos. So yeah. Yep. This is one that doesn't get enough credit in my opinion. This is the Bev Edge. Again, I don't use the bottle opener much, but I just dig the shape of this knife. It's an Eric Oakes design.
That's cool. I can see that. That's interesting. I didn't know that he did a CRKT.
Yeah, he did, and my wife got this for me without asking or anything. She just saw it and said, "Hey, he might like that."
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well, she got me that the blue Manix 2 as well. Didn't ask, didn't anything. I opened it for Christmas. I'm going, okay, how did you know I would like this?
Yeah, what?
I paid attention, so I'm like, oh, okay.
That's amazing.
My DLT exclusive, the Dragonfly 2, wow, in crew wear.
Nice.
Which makes this guy a flippin' beast. It eats boxes for lunch.
Love it.
It just destroys cardboard. Matter of fact, oh come on, let's have some fun. It just doesn't want to stop. Dude. It's just a consistent, clean contender for cardboard. It just
in such a small package too.
Oh man, it's just and again, it has a lot to do with the fact that it's crew wear steel, of course, but the geometry is perfect, and the ergonomics of having that choil to come up in. And now I've got all four fingers on a knife that's barely big. And, tiny little knife, but I've got all four fingers on it. So
yeah, that's awesome.
You can't beat that. All right, so here's one I got really early on, and I still adore this knife. So this is the CRKT Snap Lock.
Wow, that's unique.
Whoa, and I almost dropped it on my keyboard.
That would have been perfect, though. The keyboard.
So, yeah, folds up like that.
So cool.
Really cool. Pops out the side, as you can see.
Wow.
Really cool knife. Made by Ed Van Hoy. Designed by Ed Van Hoy, who lives like 3 hours that way from me.
That's cool.
Really, really cool. Not super practical, but I do carry it from time to time just because it's so cool. I carry it, and it does cut. Good for Warncliffe Wednesday as well.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I've seen that before, but it's so unique. Every time I see it, I'm like, what is that? And I'm like going down a little tunnel, looking it up and stuff. It's just unique, interesting mechanism.
Yep. Another Kershaw. This is the shuffle. Everybody has a shuffle.
I love that knife. I think I gave one to my mom or my dad. No, my dad. My dad has it. No, love it.
And you'll notice, by the way, it's one of the very few Tantos in my collection. I need more, but I just at this point in time don't have but a couple of Tantos in my collection.
That's cool.
This is the another recent addition.
Ooh.
The Launch 9 from Kershaw.
Dude, the launch series is like very underrated. I mean, I know a lot of people like it, but I tried one out for the first time. Very well done, USA made.
Yeah, right? I know they are. They're USA made. This one's itty bitty, which is why it's in my itty bitty row here. I dig it. It's pretty cool. And then what's funny is there's a pry bar sitting in here. I didn't even realize.
I love it.
That's the Tour multi-tool they call it.
That's cool.
Little pry bar. I carry that from time to time. All right, let's see what we got.
Do you carry more like when you carry? Do you carry 2 or 3 at a time or one at a time?
I usually have a larger knife, a smaller knife, And then I always have either my Leatherman Micra or an SD Classic to have the scissors.
Yeah.
And then typically from there I'll have something like a pry bar if I carry one. Or so a few slip joints. This is the the Rough Rider micarta work knife. It's a sway back pattern with a micarta blade. Cheap slip joint just to have.
I've never even checked out a Rough Rider before, so that's interesting.
I don't even know what this one's called. My mom got it for me. It's a lockback. It's also a Rough Rider.
Nice.
And it has some really cool.
I dig that. That's cool.
Pattern up there on the bolster.
Right.
I don't know what it was called, but she got it for me, and that's cool. My youngest son Trevor got me this. I've got an Open L number 8.
Awesome.
I think every collection should have at least one Open L.
Yeah.
Really thin and slicey. I've used this for apples and that kind of thing.
It's great for cutting through food and fruit and stuff like that.
It does have, as you can see, a big honking corrosion spot. You see that?
Yeah.
And I have not been able to buff that out. It's okay. It's okay. It's not a big deal. It's the only one. But yeah, everybody should have one. In my opinion,
for sure.
Rough Rider Buckshot Bone Barlow, dude. For the money, go get you one, Brent. Get you something, and try a Rough Rider out because they're so inexpensive. Make sure you use my link if you're gonna go to Smoky Mountain Knife Works.
Of course,
Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Buckshot Bone Barlow, really cool.
Yeah.
We're getting into slip joint territory now. This is Rough Rider Canoe. This is the Canoe blue smooth bone canoe.
I love the blue. That's an interesting color.
Yeah, no, it's just bone that's been dyed blue, so really really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Have a little tiny buck Stockman here.
Ooh,
I can open it. There we go.
Yeah.
Stockman with a clip point blade.
Nice.
I carried this one for a long time. That one got carried for a couple of years because it's just a good little pocket dropper. Yeah. And this is one I don't even worry about putting in a slip. If it gets banged up or scratched up, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep. Baron Sons Trapper.
Nice.
Trapper pattern has the spay blade and the clip.
I love multi-blade slip joints.
I like them too. It just sometimes gets aggravating in your grip, but at the same point, I know why they're there, and it makes sense why that you have to. Totally does. This is one that one of my sons got me. I have no idea who makes this, but he put my name on it. He etched my name in the handle.
Yeah.
There you go. And really cool little lockback. Doesn't get a ton of pocket time because I want to preserve it. This is Swiss Army knife Spartan. Now, what I like about this one and why it gets in the pocket from time to time, I don't like a primary knife with serrated on it at all. But if you can have one in your pocket that's serrated, a secondary, whatever. So yeah, it gets carried from time to time if I'm going to be somewhere where I think I might want to cut some rope or whatever. They're
definitely functional. The serrations, they're mean and they cut through stuff.
Oh no doubt. Yeah. So this is the Cold Steel Medium Luzon.
Nice.
And you ought to see the large one. One of my sons got me this. Really cool. It is a flipper. Does have this lock to lock the blade in place. Not sure why it needs that when it's a liner lock, but it does. Cold Steel did that on a bunch of their knives. But how about that blade shape?
Yeah.
Pretty Very crazy. Cool. Luzon is a traditional Philippine fighting knife. So that's basically what it's patterned after. But yeah, cool knife. Again, plastic clip, not my favorite. But yeah. And it does have thumb studs. They're just kind of hard to get to, as you can see there. And the D10 is really solid. So I use the flipper more than I use the thumb studs on that one.
Nice.
All right, we're getting down.
That's definitely an interesting looking one.
It is.
Yeah.
I hesitate to show this one, but it's a good lesson. This is the Kershaw Picot. And as you can see, it's got a round tip on it.
Yeah. I've never even seen the Picot.
I dropped it directly on the tip, and I did kind of clean it up, but I couldn't get it back to a really good tip. It would have to be, but it's called the Picot.
I like the design.
Little guy, yep, not bad, and it is assisted. Not too bad on that. Where were we? Another Kershaw. This is one my wife got me again. This is the filter, and again, it's tipped down, whether you like it or not. It's a heavy. This is a very heavy knife, and it is assisted as well. Kind of lazy on the deployment, but really not a bad knife overall.
Right, that's cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I like your Kershaw collection. You've got
a few
good
Kershaw.
assortment.
Another buck. Oops, the buck Bantam.
Nice.
The full size Bantam 420 HD, and as you can see, again, another one I used to slay some deer back in the day.
Nice.
And that's not the right word. You shouldn't say slay. I'm gonna get all right. So next thing up, I'm gonna show you something over here, just because it'll make a little more sense. All right. So I've got two of the original Tour Merchants. And so here's what we've got. And I also have a Tour Merchant 2.0.
Very cool.
So the first two, the first one had some serious issues. The pivot backed out, still does, major lock stick, incredibly bad lock stick. The second one, they took the lock stick out, but now it didn't lock up very well, and it would fail on the lockup. So they're still in my collection because I love the way they look. I like how they are in hand, but they're just not ones I'm going to carry, just simply because they and plus this clip is not good. The placement of the clip.
They seem to really listen to the feedback.
So what you have here is the 2.0. You now have a deep carry clip.
Yeah.
You now have way thinner scales.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
whoa. That's a huge difference.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah.
And the lockup is pretty good. There's still a tiny little bit of play. I tightened it up, and there's an ever so slight bit of play. And I just wish that wasn't there. But I mean, for an American knife company that's starting out, this is, I mean, if you want a fidgety knife, like Kevin thinks every knife has to be fidgety, it is not. It's not fidgety. Right. But if you just want, like a CRK, like a Sabenza or something, where it's just one you just open and close, and you want it to be a good cutter and a great blade shape, this is a great option. They
very
really,
cool.
Really
the changes are really interesting. It's when I saw the original, they were definitely still interesting, but now that they've made these changes, I'm gonna have to check one out.
All right, so the bottom row is garbage. I feel bad even showing it. They're just they're ones I haven't shown. I mean, I haven't sold because nobody would buy them. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a Browning, wow. I don't even know what to call
Browning.
This
wow.
It's got this really cool wood handle, and that's why I bought it years ago. Nice. It's like a $15 knife or something back in the day. So it's the Browning Wow. That's what we'll call it. Liner lock, not great.
Yeah,
did cut. I don't even know what this thing is. It's a name brand.
It looks like a Kershaw.
It's a leak knockoff. Somebody gave me, and it actually had a little lock to keep the blade from deploying, and the lock fell off. This is the Kershaw. Barely opens, I think is what it's called.
I love it.
I don't know what it's called.
I love the variety you have in your collection.
Somebody gave me this, and I don't even know what it's called. It's the Kershaw something another. It does have serrations, and they are sharp.
Nice.
So that's called the Kershaw something another. All right. So if you want to get a Kershaw, okay, and you don't want to pay much for it, you just want to say I have a Kershaw in my collection, $10. Kershaw,
I have that
high wire.
The high wire. They have them at Walmart. Go get one right now, everybody.
I got it. Just sitting in Walmart one night. I'm like, sure, what the heck? All right. So you said something bad about the Gerber I think this one's called the Air Ranger, but it's basically a paraframe.
Whoa. Yeah. I haven't seen that one. That one's interesting.
Well, it's garbage. I don't even know why it's still here other than it's a knife, and I don't want to, nobody's going to buy it. That hurts like crap. So, yeah. And by the way, it's got 100% lockup.
Whoa. That's extreme.
Pry it out of there. And then, again, you've got those Ozark trails.
Cool.
3 or 4 of those that my kids gave me. How about this one? Fake rubberized carbon fiber.
Nice. Look at the spine on that.
I know. How about that?
That's crazy.
Thumb studs for you. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Ozark is interesting because they can do a lot for $3.
Right. And then Gerber Air. This one's called the Air Ranger, maybe. Yeah, but those are the only 2 Gerbers I have in my collection. Not much for them. And then last but not least, well, wait, there's one more case over here, but it's only got a couple in it.
Nice.
This is a Schrade, and it's actually titanium and D2. Crazy knife. Clip moves around. Doesn't get a lot of pocket time, but it's I just thought it was pretty cool looking for I think I paid like $25 for it or something.
And it's titanium? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's titanium. So it's like, okay, sure, we'll buy that. Why not? So,
been there many times.
All right, tell you what, we're going to shut this.
All right.
Oh, by the way, did you see me unbox this Monday night? There's something else in my collection. I got my
that's crazy.
Keith the Knife Freak Ford F-150 Spring unboxing.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, that's so cool. It's funny.
All right, so last is this little Schrade bag here, and I'll just show you.
Cool.
I'll just show you a couple in here. By the way, there is a second CRKT snap lock in here.
Wow.
With a homemade lanyard. By the way. And here is a Gerber Paraframe, the small version.
There it is. Do you know how many people, their first knife was that?
Now, this one's got a funny story. I found this at the beach. Hilton Head, covered in rust. And I brought it back and resurrected it, cleaned it up.
That looks good for being covered in rust.
Yeah. I mean, I cleaned it up, and it doesn't get a lot of carry these days, but... these are just some really weird, ginormous, and it's thumb studs, by the way. Ginormous CRKT. Check this guy out. This is called the Cruiser, the Hammond Cruiser. Big honking beast of a knife.
Yeah, that's a big knife.
Yeah, it's kind of will shake shut for you, and it's not a great flipper. You got to really give it some gas. Thumb studs, it comes out pretty good. Not too bad, but it doesn't get a lot of pocket time because I'm not kidding, dude. So here's that tour.
Whoa.
I mean, it is just, it's a humongous knife. My mom got me that. So it'll stay here. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and I like how you have a lot of stuff given to you by family and friends, and you keep them. That's cool.
Right.
Sentimental value is awesome in the collection.
So there's 4 left, and then we're done. This is the Civivi Bull Mastiff. Again, doesn't really fit in the other case very well because it's so flipping humongous.
That's huge,
yeah. So this is the full size Bull Mastiff. This is basically a giant, whatever you call it, cleaver. I mean, a cool knife. I mean, it's got, as you might know, I mean, it's gonna drop because it's huge. You can middle finger flick it with the.
There it is. We got you all right?
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. I deliberately didn't catch it this time.
That's good.
Because I didn't want to cut myself, and I kind of tried to get too close to the blade there, but
the keyboard got it.
No, there's a piece of wood sitting here that got it. So thank goodness. One more slip joint that's sitting here just because it's in a slip. This is the Rough Rider dogleg lockback.
Cool.
Kind of cool little guy. Got a little.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of got a little bit of a, choppy thing going on there, and it is a lockback, and then it has this secondary spay blade on the other side.
Yeah.
Comes in a little clip slip.
Clip slips are growing on me so much lately. They're really cool, yeah.
And then the last two are $2, and both of these are pretty cool. Now this one is what they call a airlight, maybe bucklight.
Yeah.
So it's basically a 110 with really light plastic scales.
Interesting.
And again, you can tell I use this one hunting a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of didn't get good and clean there, even though I cleaned it 100 times. Comes in this really cool sheath. Those were a pretty big deal for a long time. I haven't really seen them lately. And then the Buck 110, because I believe everyone should have a Buck 110 in their collection.
Absolutely.
This is the 50th anniversary.
That's cool.
110, kind of tarnished a little bit on the brass there, but
yeah, it looks good though.
Yeah, it does.
Like a patina.
Yep.
That is one of the most classic knives that in existence.
I think you can't be a knife reviewer unless you've at least experienced a 110.
Yeah, I gave mine to my dad, but
if you've experienced it, then that's pretty cool. I think we've pretty much hit everything, my friend.
Dude, that was amazing. I love the assortment that you have. Seriously,
you'll have to count. You'll have to count how many that was. So I don't know.
Oh, I will for sure. But now this is normally the hard part.
Okay.
So, great collection. Thank you for walking me through it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And so out of all the stuff we looked at, do you have a top 3?
See, that's tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, you just said it was tough. So they're not going to be, unfortunately, poor Finch. They're not going to be in the top 3. They might be. There would definitely be a Finch in a top 5. Because not because of the knives, but because there's not going to be a small knife in a Knives Fast top 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think they might actually be pretty close to in order here. So I mean, this is just going to be first. It just is.
I love that knife.
I kind of made fun of people who were like, yeah, you need to get one of these, because I'm just not a really expensive knife person.
Yeah.
And when I saw this was $309 and it was G10, I was kind of like, are you serious? Are you really going to buy this?
Right.
But yeah, then I got it in hand and I'm like, oh my gracious.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to eventually get the Field Duty, the bigger version, just because I think I would dig it. But that would be probably number 1. So the Atom has to be in there, just because I just love this thing so much. So the question is, what's number 3? I think it's going to be what's in the case, man. I think it's the Malibu for sure.
Yeah, it's a great top 3.
Yeah, I think that would be it. Again, if you start throwing in, if you're just talking knives, that's the top 3. If you start throwing in sentimentality and stuff, then it changes a little bit. But just right off the bat, it's got to be the Field Duty EDC, the Malibu, and the Atom.
Amazing.
With some others, just like, the fact that I just left out, the Miguron and this awesome GM2 and the Forest and others, is just like that would have never been the case a year ago in my collection. My collection has evolved a lot in the past year, so that would be it.
Very cool. And then the final question is, in the future, what are you looking forward to maybe in the next year or so?
So I want a Nimble 3.5. I'm flipping broke right now, so I hope I get to the point that I'm not by the time he releases those.
Yeah.
I left something out, man. I just realized. So this may be changing. I actually have a second GEC slip joint coming in, but I currently have the GEC Liberty knife.
That's cool.
Yeah, I have that. I think I have a different one coming in that's pretty cool, and I don't know. We'll see what I do.
Great Eastern
cutlery. Yeah, from up there in Pennsylvania.
That's cool.
And I left that out. Okay, so back, the Nimble 3.5 is one I definitely want.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Because after handling the Nimble, I'm like, as much as I like large knives, I'm like, man, I've got to have that thing, especially the newer blade shape. Just really have to have it. But then again, this guy's coming out, the Tempest Knives Mach 51.
It's very exciting.
If they sell well enough, I'm definitely going to have 2 or 3 of these myself. And
nice.
There'll be one headed to the knife modders and said exactly what you said. Hey, blank canvas, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Because I actually have some ideas too for what I'd like a mod to be to this thing. But
very cool.
Those are the 2 that kind of stand out right now. There's others coming out this year that I definitely want to check out. But those 2 are the ones that come to mind right now. I don't have an original nimble, so a 3.5 one would be perfect for me.
Yeah, the 3.5 excites me. I think I'm in on the pre-order of the most recent pre-order that just ended or is ending for the normal size, but the 3.5 is what kind of got me into that. I kind of went backwards. But I'm really looking forward to your knife coming out. I'm gonna link all the info in the description. And I just can't say thank you so much, dude. Thank you for showing up.
Hey man, awesome. I hope I wasn't too long-winded for you.
No.
Oh wait, there's one more. I want to get an old guard back. I had a mini old guard.
Yeah.
And I gave it to JB Big Red EDC, but I really want a full size, maybe a liner lock old guard, but that's
Monterey
not really
Bay knives, right?
Yeah, that's not really a release. It's more of just something that's been on my radar to pick up again. So
great knives.
Yeah, for sure. So, but
Very cool.
Thanks for having me on, man. Again,
dude.
You can kind of see what I was telling you. It's not, it's not the most expensive collection. It's not the most like mind-blowing collection, but it's kind of all over the place. That's not what it's
about, though.
I like it's kind of all over the place, and it's fun. Yeah.
It's very unique. I love your collection, and you have great pieces, and you're selling yourself short.
Yeah,
you have great pieces in your collection, dude. Very. There's out of all the ones I've been seeing so far, like you've shown me a lot I haven't seen, which is great.
That's awesome.
Which is really cool.
And if you need help naming any of them, if I didn't say, it good,
I bet. When I'm editing, I'm gonna probably be messaging you a lot.
What was that green one again? Yeah. Okay.
Very cool.
Well, very cool, man.
And then I'm gonna send you a poster. I haven't decided yet, but anybody that comes on gets a custom poster from me, a 1 of 1. So I'll send that your way.
We'll have to find a way to integrate that into the background here. That's pretty cool. So
that's awesome.
I've got my Dolica certificate right over here off camera. So but just not enough room on the back wall for everything. But we'll see.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, it was very fun. I appreciate it.
Absolutely appreciate it.
Whoa, dude, that was awesome. What I love about Collection Divers is that every collection is so different. I love that Casey had so many sentimental pieces in his collection. That was amazing. And, just chilling, talking about knives is always the most fun. So thank you again, Casey. I'll be sending you a poster soon, dude, with the 1 of 1 print that I've been giving everybody that comes on Collection Divers. And thanks again, buddy. It was awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I got a lot more coming, a lot more in the works. We got another in-person Collection Dive. Episode 4 of the in-person dives is coming out in about a week or 2, and that is featuring Lewis from Addicted to Knives. So if you like that video and you're not subscribed, slash that subscribe button for me, and I'll see you next time. It's your boy Backpack B, and I'm out. Deuces.